The 2025 edition of the Guyana Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo wrapped up on Friday. Throughout this week, stakeholders gathered at the Marriott Hotel in Kingston, Georgetown to discuss energy, sustainability, and the development of Guyana and the region at large. This year also, there was a huge celebration of women in energy, especially because there were two women leading this conference. Its Chief Executive Officer, Kiana Wilburg, and its Director of Media and Operations, Fareeza Haniff. As the conference wrapped up on Friday, I spoke to both of these women to find out more about their experience organizing the conference, but also about their role in promoting women in energy. So Kiana, tell me about your experience organizing this year's conference.
Well, it's been an incredible journey. It could not have been possible without the support of a robust team, without visionary leadership, and of course, the challenges that we encountered in one way or another helped us to rise to the occasion.
Yeah, rising to the occasion, coming out of this conference, I know there was a lot of celebration. You know, I
Yes.
sat through all of the sessions for the actual conference, and there was a lot of celebration of the fact that there was a huge promotion of women in energy at this conference because of yourself and because you also have Fareeza Haniff, your Director of Media and Operations. Tell us, how do you feel about, I guess, being that representation for women in energy in a very big way at this conference?
I think it is a huge win for the Guyana Energy Conference Secretariat and for the industry. But of course, there's still a far way to go. We still have to foster an environment, do our part to foster an environment where more women have a seat at the table and their views are celebrated, that they're given more opportunities to share their experiences, and they're not seen as ticking a box. So there is a need for greater diversity. I want to see more women. I want to see more youths involved. And I think we started that chapter with this conference. We've really taken a huge step in that direction, and we have a great win to build on.
I just want to ask also, Kiana, you're coming from being the leading oil and gas and energy journalist in Guyana to the CEO of the energy conference. What was that like? And can you also tell us about just the how that helped to shape you and your role as CEO?
So my media background is one of the things that I'm most proud of in terms of bringing to the table for being a CEO. Of course, there were times that I honestly thought that my experience in the entire oil and gas industry, there would have been a lot of catching up to do. But that wasn't the biggest challenge for me. I think the biggest challenge was challenging stereotypes. There's still the perception within the oil and gas industry that women perhaps should be at the table, but not necessarily have that voice and to be that loud voice. And I intend to ensure that now that I'm in this space, that the impression is removed, especially when I'm there, and that the wrong impression, is not made where I'm concerned. Apart from that, I think the experience that I've gained in the media has allowed me to be a force of communication. I'm really proud of the fact that we've been able to create this tunnel that we're part of. This is a first for the Guyana Energy Conference. It's never happened before. This tunnel showcases the history of Guyana's oil and gas development and what the government has been able to do in leveraging these resources. We've also been successful in leading an Energy Perspectives podcast that has over 50 episodes, and there have been over 160 stories from those episodes, and that is something that we are truly proud of. We have 4 new events that never occurred before, and those wins are it's something that I'm truly proud of. But as I said, fostering an environment where women are treated with respect, their opinions are celebrated, and they are allowed to be at the forefront. There's still a lot more work to do, but we're getting it done.
You're getting it done. Thank you very much, Kiana.
Thank you.
Fareeza, like Kiana, you're coming out of a career of many years in journalism and you transitioned to organizing this year's Guyana Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo. What was that like for you? What was the experience organizing this conference like?
It was not what I expected, actually. It was a lot of work. Spending 18 years in journalism, it's different from organizing an international event like the Energy Conference. Um, I did not expect the volume of work to be what it currently is, but I could not have done that by myself. We say at the newsroom where I was previously, small team, big impact, and that is what I had at the Energy Conference. What I have at the Energy Conference, it's a small group of people, and you would have seen that the international delegates would have seen us on the stage. That really is the core group of people who put this major event together. And Vishani is not just the conference. You know, we had other events coming up to the conference, leading up to the conference, like the Energy Run. We had Taste of Guyana, the Conference Village, the essay competition. And what we did for the first time as well since the inception of this conference is to gather people in remote communities around Guyana so that they could see the conference live for the first time since 2022.
That's certainly a lot to do. And one of the things I also spoke about with Kiana is that the two of you coming from your background in media, you brought, I guess, a different and fresh perspective to just organizing this conference. At the same time, there was a huge celebration because you two at the forefront of this conference was a really big win, or it was touted as a really big win for women in energy. How do you feel about that?
It's amazing to know that I can represent women and I could speak on behalf of women, but not just sharing the space with women, having women in the space of energy, but ensuring that your voice is heard, ensuring that you make your presence felt and that you're just not occupying the space, but you're doing something with the space. And for us, for Kiana and I think we have proven that. We have shown that we have taken the task at heart and proven what we can do as women in energy. And we used our media background to push visibility of women in leadership overall. And I hope that we have managed to encourage and motivate other young girls and women coming up that, hey, I can do this too.
Thank you, Fareeza.
Thank you, Vishani.
Representation, it was noted at this conference, is crucial for empowering more women to get into the energy sector. But according to the country head of SPM, Mr. Martin Chung, it's also important to empower women by training them to get involved in STEM. That is, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. When he spoke at the conference, he said empowering women with training will allow more women to occupy jobs in this industry.
One of the focus that we've also done is focus on women, getting girls interested in STEM. That is a demographic that we focus heavily on. Even to our trainee technician program, we try to at least make sure that we get 25% of those trainees being women. It is a challenge. Sometimes you have to go back to the market to look. So that's why some of our outreaches are focused directly towards young girls to entice them into considering STEM jobs, STEM programs, get interested in that.
Reporting for the newsroom from the Marriott Hotel in Kingston, Georgetown, I am Vishani Raghuveer.